Yeah, I
Like
guess
right now?
Yes.
I guess we'll
Moment of
stop talking
silence.
about Trailer Park Boys. But
It's Houndstooth. That's what I thought.
All of these
Houndstooth.
activities.
Yeah.
that's it.
I had to look it up, but that's what came to mind. I didn't want to say it and be wrong.
Isn't that a pattern? Houndstooth?
Yeah, that's what he's
a
saying. He wears like a
repeating pattern.
houndstooth, like short-sleeved, collared houndstooth shirt with like track
Button
pants.
up. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Breakaway
And you just-
track pants.
breakaway track pants. That's really important for a lot of side
And
guys.
He's got to have a drink, right?
My brothers,
That's Julian.
if you haven't watched
Oh, right.
Trailer Park Boys, it's on Netflix. All of it.
It's
It is
really
a
good.
it is a gem. It is an absolute gem.
It's a
Is
lot
that
of
the
fun.
one where it's got the guy who's got the very frowned, like upturned face and the very thick? Very
Yeah, it's
thick glasses?
Bubbles. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Bubbles. So Bubbles, I had a roommate in college who I'm still very good friends with. That if he put on those extreme magnifying glasses, would look exactly like Bubbles. It's the wildest thing. Like I could, and one of my other roommates in college looks exactly like Julian.
I could never rest if I knew people. If I knew people.
The saddest thing is like,
Are you a trailer park boy? Is that what you're telling us?
That
well,
was-
and that's the thing.
you know
is
so
like,
many boys.
the saddest thing is that if I were to cast myself in that show, I would be one of the like scrub characters. Like I just I'm not
J
one-
Rock.
No, because I know J Rock. I know a guy who is J Rock. So I'm like what are the two Corey and Trevor? I'm Trevor.
Yes.
That's who I am. That's all that I am. And just like physically, that's all that I am. But I know all these other people that look exactly like the characters from Trailer Park Boys.
You broke Rachel. I'll send you an invoice.
I'm just glad that somebody else in this group knows what Trailer Park Boys is, because I feel like it's niche, even though it's massive. Like they
Yeah.
have 7 or 8 seasons, multiple movies, a podcast. Like
It's a
I mean, it's
Christmas
wild.
special, and it's really good.
Yeah. I love
Google
Trailer
says
Park
12
Boys.
seasons.
12?
12.
Well, I own them all.
Yeah, they came back and did some after the
Oh yeah, they did
initial
some
run
Netflix
was.
stuff.
hmm
Yeah.
I'm crying.
This is mine and Rachel's thing. The rest of y'all just need to catch up.
It's so good.
I just don't think I can.
Yeah, I've seen some and it didn't grab me. I get why it's funny,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
How about there's a show. Oh, I'm never gonna guess the title of this, but it's a guy. You've seen like the Nutty Professor, where Eddie Murphy plays the same character. So there's I think it's Australian. If it's not Australian, I'm a miss somewhere. It might be New Zealand, but it's this comedy duo where the same character plays a son and also the mom in this show, and it's freaking hilarious. God, if it weren't for my noisy ass keyboard, which we talked about before we started recording, I'd look it up. I'll be prepared next time we record. I will say this is the name of the show, and it's hilarious.
Use your phone. It's silent unless you've got the
that's
little
true.
buzz
Hold on.
thing on your phone keyboard.
No, I don't. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk about the fall of the Romans. How did that go?
Rhubarb.
Not well.
Rhubarb. I think they did good thing with roads, right? Because everything went to Rome. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
History's not
all the
my
roads led away from Rome. People just walked the wrong way.
It was a very confusing time.
Yes. Something
Yes.
about aqueducts.
They,
And those were
they
cool.
failed to invent a street sign. Lots of roads. It's difficult to know where you were going.
That's funny. There is a little internet meme or whatever it's called about how the width of a horse's backside has determined the width of the common road today, or something like that, or the railroad.
Oh,
That's what it is. The railroad.
It goes further because the space shuttle is constructed in parts and they have to
That's
be
it.
shipped on a railroad.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So the size and shape of the space shuttle is in part, at least, dictated by the width of a horse's butt.
The horse's backside. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. It's a. Have you never seen the chain of events laid out on one of those
I don't
Facebook
think about
meme
horse butts
things?
a lot, so it just doesn't really come up.
Well, you're missing out.
You're missing
I
out.
guess no. I mean, it's a unit of measurement, apparently. I've been measuring things wrong my whole life.
We found the Mike's thing.
Yeah. Mike's are in agreement. Okay, I'm not able to quickly Google this and find the answer, but I'm gonna find it in time for the next episode. It's very sketch comedy like, whatever it is.
I think I know what you're talking about,
It's fantastic.
but I don't know what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
How many people star in this show?
Literally 2.
Literally 2.
I mean, literally is. I'm using it as the teens do, right? But the main character.
unironically.
Figuratively, too.
There's a dude who's the dad, and he's angry. He's always wearing a tank top. And the guy that plays that dad's son also plays the dad's wife. And it's
I need a whiteboard for this.
He pans over to the other direction instead of
Super
dogs.
bro.
It's
Where's
just a
my
super
red
bro.
screen?
That's what it's called. Super bro.
Super bro.
Super Bro. Okay, I've never
Is
heard
it
of it.
Australian? Maybe not. But it's hilarious. Super Bro is the name of the show. It is streaming on Netflix.
Super
right now.
Bro
Oh,
time.
yeah.
No, just Super Bro.
Just Super Bro. Okay.
Is that
A
one word or
suburban
two?
teenager and his best friend navigate life in an Australian suburb.
Yep, that's it. Yeah,
That's
the internet is being weird. The suburban Australian teen. So I was right. It does take place in Australia.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's
okay.
it's
So-
in the vein of Trailer Park Boys, but I would say that Trailer Park Boys is more consistently funny.
So in Australia, this is Super Wog.
Yeah, Super Wog. Yep, I saw that. Dr. Internet said that that's the alternative. So are you familiar with Super Wog?
I know of it, but again, it's not entirely my bag.
You're aware of its existence.
Yes,
You
I've
gotta
seen
brush up on your culture, man. Take some pride.
Yeah. Oh my.
Says the guy touting the accolades of Trailer Park Boys.
I mean, Canada. I'm willing to. It's a love your neighbor thing, you know.
I didn't know you were. That's
What was the
far
one
away
about
neighbors.
the Up and Atom or Hipporator, whatever just recently came out? They're all the time making fun of. Oh hell, I don't know. Wes is a big fan of it, and I can't remember the name of it. It was
The
most
Canadian
recent-
show?
Yeah,
Is it Letterkenny?
Letterkenny. That's what-
Letterkenny is great. All of these shows are in the same vein. So if you like
Yeah.
any
Canada.
one of the ones that we've talked about, you should watch all of them because they're the same.
I've maybe seen half of one episode. Just no particular reason. I just never got around to watching it.
My favorite Letterkenny episodes are the ones where they do the cold open, where they do they just walk through the alphabet. It's
Hey,
like hard
Sesame
to
Street?
do what?
Like Sesame Street?
No, they don't go like A is for apple. They what's the term for it? It's not an acrostic. There's a term
Acronistic?
for this.
Anachronistic?
Nope. Nope. nope, nope.
Atheistic?
It's not
Alphabetical?
chiastic. There's a word for man. if
Lexi-
I weren't so
lexigraphically?
sleepy, no. If I weren't so sleepy, there's a term. As soon as you say it, I'll know it, or maybe my brain will arrive at the correct solution. But there's a term for, like, for example, biblically, there are certain psalms that each stanza, if you were to break it up into poetry, like English poetry, each stanza begins with the next
that-
letter of
That's an
the
acrostic,
alphabet.
isn't it?
Is it acrostic?
Well, acrostic is a poem where the
A, B,
first
C,
letter of
D.
every. Yeah, well, they usually form a word, so I guess you could make an alphabet
No,
acrostic.
not acrostic.
Oh, you're ending
Maybe
one
there's-
sentence with a C and starting the next sentence with that same C, and then ending with an H and start the next sentence with an H.
No.
No?
It's like,
That's completely wrong.
yeah, you're totally
That'd be-
wrong.
That'd be
man.
hard to
Man,
do.
Go back to
Abacadarius?
giving my views. Do what?
Is it Abacadarius?
No, but that's
No, it's
I feel like
abracadabra.
it's in the right area.
Now that
Man,
you're talking-
I'm embarrassed for not knowing this term because I've used it a million times.
Maybe I've pronounced it wrong. I don't even know how I pronounced it. But is it ABC Darius?
No.
ABC Darius?
Hold
Okay.
on. Annoying typing from a Mac coming in.
No, it's absolutely. It is that. It's an alphabetical acrostic.
acrostic is what came up when I googled too.
The word that I found, I put it in chat because it says an alphabetic acrostic is whatever that word is.
It might be acrostic.
ABC Darius.
Yeah, acrostic. ACROSTIC. Yeah.
Well, I knew it was something
Yay.
like that.
So an acrostic,
I knew it was exactly that.
You made it.
you got it. You got it in one.
I said that's what it was.
So they have cold openings that are acrostic, where everything that they say as they switch between characters begins with the next English letter of the 26 letter alphabet.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Those are my favorite. Those are great.
So,
But
so
generally, the humor type of that show is, it appeals to me, and if it appeals to you, if you're like, I like Letterkenny too, then you need to watch Trailer Park Boys as well, because it's really good. All right.
I've been watching Lower Decks, so that's funny. It's kind of dumb humor.
You guys were talking about shit, I forgot the name. The Simpsons ripoff.
Futurama.
Futurama.
Yeah, Futurama is
I'm-
excellent.
I've seen maybe 5 episodes. I can't get into cartoons. I tried.
You need to watch all of them.
Wow, I'm not going
Because
Some
to.
it's
I,
people
I
are
did.
fantastic.
like that though. Some
I-
people don't like cartoons. Like just cartoons are just hard to get into. I understand.
I
I like
watched-
cartoons, but I don't. I know that there are people that are like
I
that.
won't forgive you of this atrocity.
I
Shun.
did watch The Last Airbender on y'all's recommendation,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was really good. Like
Uh-huh.
I what 3 seasons?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You love the M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh no!
How dare you? How dare you? Hold on,
Edit
hold
this
on.
out.
I've
Edit
gotta-
it out.
I've got to fix something on the.
Cut
the
the
thing.
mic.
Cut the mic.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, I bleed.
If only I had known 4 days ago.
Disadvantage.
No,
You get your-
yeah, the
Sorry.
actual animated show of Avatar: The Last Airbender is great. If you liked it,
I did.
I personally think that the Korra stuff is just as good, maybe even a tad better.
Mhm.
Well, I may mention this last time we played, but I was shown a couple of episodes of Demon Hunter or Devil Hunter, Demon Hunter,
Demon Hunter.
Slayer? Demon Hunter,
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, Demon
a
Slayer.
newer
Demon
anime?
Slayer.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer.
Is it the
A newer
blue and
anime.
white like checkerboard cape on the guy with the black sword?
I don't remember that. I saw like episode 1, and then he like jumped ahead 11 episodes. It's like, oh, this is a really good one. I'm like, well, I'm glad there's context. But it looked interesting, but it still had the same anime issue I have. I actually I had to have talked. I talked to somebody about this. Maybe it was last week, but they're coming down with this long sword attack, and he's just like spews out his brain's worth of 3 pages of dialogue as he's attacking. It's like, I've got to do this. This is my time and special time fast things. My mind is racing and slash. And I'm the best, and I've got to do the. I mean, I hate that. I absolutely cannot stand that. The exposition of thought in like one action. I don't know. It does not work.
That's
for
the-
me.
That's hilarious.
That's the D&D
coming from a
GM in you.
DM.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
I was just
Turn,
about to
I'm
say
starting the
something
timer.
like that.
Tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
It's like in D&D,
Make things interesting.
6 seconds of action for a round. You don't have time to have a soliloquy or something.
It's like
It's yeah, exactly. All right, I just spoke 6 seconds.
Time's up,
and
man.
barely got one thought out.
All right, who's next? Who's
I'm
next?
just imagining you watching
started
it,
the
and
initiative?
well, this is not realistic at all.
It's not the real. I
This
don't
could
know,
never
but,
happen.
Like I'm very happy to watch things that aren't
What?
real. Very happy to
I
watch things
know.
that aren't real. But
Why can't I buy a D&D branded 6-second timer? That feels like a gimmick, right? Like an egg timer with 6 seconds in it.
That would be so
Trademark it.
stressful.
Yeah.
that would be so
I would
broken
become
if I played
I
it.
would become paralyzed by my indecision.
Let me
That'd
just
be
check.
horrible.
Secondtimer.com is available. It's all baby.
He's bought the domain.
Off the domain.
We have a new sponsor.
Hold on, I have to buy the6secondtimer.com.
Hmm. I looked at domains once on BlueStack, not BlueStacks. That's a video game thing. Blue something. They sell.
Blue Horse.
Blue milk.
Go, Daddy.
It's not GoDaddy. I started with GoDaddy, but it's like their competition.
Go,
6secondtimer.com
mother.
is available.
Oh shit!
And they have an algorithm built in that if it's less than 4 letters, that's automatically like 30 grand. If it's just 3
No, it
letters
isn't.
and you try to buy the domain,
Ching,
it's just
ching.
automatic. I just think that's I don't know, bad.
I had some fun ones. I used to own scubadivingmonkeys.com.
Used to.
Just
Yeah, what happened?
yeah,
You gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what to do with it. So I dropped it.
It's
I
in
still
the
have,
name, man.
I've got some ideas for you.
It's just one.
Sounds like
Step,
an if.
yeah, step one. Acquire
Fairly
It's
monkey.
pretty
unique.
specific, but I have one.
the monkeys, the monkeys kept getting the bans. It was a real challenge. The RSP's involved. I own randomsci-fi.com and sci-fi-year.com.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with.
those are
And I
kind of
still own
normal.
.com from when I ran the Kickstarter tracking website.
You were tracking Kickstarters?
For 7 years, man. I did a weekly update post on Board Game Geek tracking tabletop games in the Kickstarter games category. And then Kickstarter kept making it increasingly more difficult, and I gave up. And also, I, purchased something like 300 games in the course of those 7 years. So
Board games?
I was like, for the
just an
sake
owner,
of
I'm a
for the
member
sake
as
of my
well.
sanity, I need to stop doing this. And at some point,
That's the end.
one of the people that run Board Game Geek reached out to me and he was like, "Why are you doing this?
There's
Like,
no-
what's your goal here?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just want to give back to the community."
I like games.
That's
Yeah.
mind blowing to some people to just be
One of the rooms
Yeah.
you used to
altruistic.
record in had like
Right?
all of your games behind you, and it was rather impressive. This is junk. You had actually boxes and cool. Well, it's not. I mean, there's Catan and there's a couple of things, but most of
I'll find a photo. It'll be an old photo, and I'll drop it in the Discord for people.
Yeah.
Find a shelfie.
Shelfie.
Yeah, we should probably get going. It's 9:30.
Oh, dang.
See y'all next week.
It's been fun.
And that's it.
So, last week, it was a week ago, right? I'm so used to like every once in a while taking a break. I can't remember if it's been 1 or 2
It was
weeks.
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks? Okay,
Jamie was on vacation.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
I've been getting discolored.
He's lived a lifetime.
You've been
Been attacking the melanin.
getting recolored.
He's fighting for his life.
There's
When's the last time
there's a-
Jamie and I have met in person?
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
shared.
Things have changed.
We shared. We broke bread. Well, we broke crust, I guess.
I mean, I drank bread. You
Yeah, the
ate
beer had
bread.
gluten.
It's fine.
Gluten was consumed.
Gluten was consumed. Yes, gluten was consumed. Those were good. Those were gigantic pieces of pizza too. Oh my
There's
goodness.
gluten-free beer. That doesn't seem right.
And pizza.
It's the worst.
It is.
It's the worst.
I
Well,
don't know that I've ever had
Adam's
it.
got. I mean, I don't think it's a secret. He's got some gluten things, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
he drinks gluten-free beer whenever. I don't even know if he still drinks or not. But
I'm pretty sure that Adam is like, I have this gluten allergy, but I've had gluten-free beer, and you know what? I'll just take anaphylactic shock. It's
Yeah.
fine.
right.
I know a lot of people that don't eat gluten will eat, or drink cider, but it's
Yeah.
so
I was
sweet.
gonna say.
Cider and hard
He's
liquor.
had cider
Yeah.
and meads.
Yeah, mead.
But
Made with honey.
the one time, thankfully, I knew the bartender at the time, but I ordered a gluten-free beer at a restaurant once, and I took one sip, and I was like, "This tastes like ass." Not that I know what ass tastes like, but I was like, if I knew what ass tastes like,
Well-
I would think that it tastes like this. And the funniest part is, I was like, I want to watch you pour this down the
To make
drain.
sure no one else
Yeah.
encounters.
So they
For
did.
validation.
And then when I got my check,
Why did you hurt
they
me?
they cut out the cost of that beer, and the note was tastes like ass.
I love that.
It was like I tipped quadruple what I normally
Yeah.
would have otherwise.
That's good.
Like you get it.
hmm Now I want to try it. I'm just
No.
curious.
Where do I buy ass beer?
Where do I buy ass?
No good. Don't do it.
Beer.
Okay.
Ass beer.
You can't drink that stuff.
Well-
I drink ass light.
Budweiser Ultra.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're a
Water.
course man.
yeah.
You
Banquet,
get course in
My
Australia?
friend.
Swan draft, man. That's
Banquet of beers. Yeah, so D&D.
Yeah, we can do that thing, I guess.
Do that.
All
Fine.
right. So I kind of fast forwarded you guys to the front doors of the Temple of Weejas. I'm going to take a step back because I didn't take into account a lot of things were going on that needed to be addressed before you guys just plummeted yourself into a dangerous situation. So you're back in the Blue Crater. You had just spent the night there. It's the early next morning. You have prepared your spells to take care of whatever you're going to do. So let's get started there, because literally all I did was like, you guys want to do anything else? Nope. All right, here we go. So you're right there. It's basically the same time as it would have been, except you're not in front of the temple. You're in the basement of Blue Crater Academy because you just dug up a dead body and brought it in and had a chat.
What we don't want to do is take another step without addressing the Blue Duke elephant in the room.
That was one of the things.
Yeah.
Hey.
Was mentioned.
I'm sorry.
Addressing
Right
the
here.
blue elephant. in
Is
the room?
elephant offensive?
I'm right here. So
that's
what
an
do you
L
guys
word.
do?
You can't. You can't use that word.
That's our word.
What is
Well-
the plan?
I would like to remove the curse from myself.
Okay. So
So that'll
what is it? Third level? Remove curse is third level.
hmm
I think it's just if you're cursed, you're no longer cursed, right?
Mhm.
I didn't.
I
look it
can
up.
read it if you want, but at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. So I'll do that to myself.
Period. Okay.
I don't really know what else I don't know what everybody else is doing, but it will affect kind of what my plan is to do next before I do anything else.
Right
it a
now,
quick casting?
so go ahead, Matt.
Is it quick or is it like an action? Is it an action or is it like an hour or anything like that?
It's one action, just
Okay.
touch, and it's
Just
instant. So
I'm better.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, I think before being fast forwarded to the temple, we had Tarathiel don the necklace,
Mhm.
and there was some discussion that took place after that, and then we got kind of whisked off.
Mhm.
But
When we're unwhisking.
we're unwhisking. Yeah. We had
Just
previously,
that exact noise right there, like backwards. Yeah.
prior to the whisking, we had mentioned, even when Fairzon had it, that we would consult Jinya.
Bayori. Jenya.
Jinya first,
Sing Cuthbert.
Peoria. Yeah. So there are certainly some middle steps.
So you did decide to go to the Blue Crater Academy and have a consultation with Khaldun, who, you know, gave you a little bit of information and told you that the 2 curses were in existence, or that they were necromantic and it was probably a curse because there's the whole,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. And that's what prompted Alma to say, well, we can't go right now. I need to prep some different spells to get rid of this crap. So
Mhm.
that was, we had a little discussion behind the scenes because, like,
Yeah.
I just didn't think about it. I just forgot about it, honestly. Like, it's it's strangely not as much in my mind as is yours about the Blue Duke. So,
I'm fine.
yeah, all yours. Yeah.
It's always been
Everything's
this
gonna
way.
be okay.
I
So what's the,
honestly, I think it's pretty good on Tarathiel. It has positive effects and negative effects, and I think the negative effects are
What's
less
the,
likely on Tarathiel
what's
than they were on
the-
Fezan. So
what's the conversion rate between Australian dollars and US dollars? That's I'm asking for a friend.
I give you all of my money, you give me a button. That's pretty much the conversion rate.
Because I feel like there's a microtransaction taking place between
And Mike
Ryan
pays
and
the
Matt.
postage.
Oh yeah, Matt's paying my mortgage. I don't know if you guys know that, but
He didn't tell you that?
that's,
2 buttons.
he's not doing that for everyone.
two buttons.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah, you guys are getting paid.
The shipping
Um,
on buttons is horrendous, though.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's at least 3
just-
drachma.
just with just my thoughts, I could also, I guess this conversation wouldn't necessarily happen with Tarathiel in the room, but remove curse. Also, if there is an object that's cursed, the curse will remain, but the spell will break the owner's attunement to the object so that we can remove it from his neck. So my plan was to somehow be able to touch that necklace in order to remove the curse and take it off of him.
Break his neck?
Yeah, I wish I had a big like Flavor Flav clock that I could get.
It can be like that if we want it to be.
No, I mean as a prop. I'm a props guy. I don't know.
Oh
why.
yeah.
He is. He's very much. He's a
True.
physical comedy guy.
He's a method actor.
Garrett's on.
So, whoa.
It's like, hey now, come on. We like
Just
Mike.
kidding.
time. I need an adult.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So I imagine maybe Tarathiel went out for tacos. And you guys had this conversation.
I mean, I don't know. That's why I was saying. That's kind of my thought process. So I would share
Yeah.
that with.
Try what you've got. I mean, you prep these spells. They have certain physical limitations, i.e., touch.
Mhm.
So go for it. See what comes of it.
Should we tell Tarathiel that we intend to cast magic on him, but since he has no magic, he won't expect the remove curse?
I don't want to lie.
I think it would be necessary
I'm
to.
bad at it, which is why I don't want to do it. I'm actually really bad at
Christmas
it.
score is low.
Yeah,
That's
very
not
Now
how
when I
it is.
lie, it's just
It's appalling. It's bad.
No, I think if not to put motivations behind Alma's actions, but if she saw an opportunity to change the odds, I think she would just take it.
Mhm.
I mean, that I think could be read into her actions prior to this one.
Mhm.
And so it's like she has this magical ability. It's within her ability.
Mhm.
And so she just may do this.
Do it, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's totally not reflexive, but and not even natural. What's the term I'm looking for? It's almost like an inherent ability. She would just be like, I
It's
might be able to
innate.
fix this.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
so-
do it if I can. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially if she thinks that it's benign, I think she would just do it without
Yeah.
asking permission.
Yeah.
She thinks she's
and-
helping.
Well,
Yeah.
and I know it's not going to hurt you, but I know that the amulet
Right,
will
right.
hurt us.
Yeah.
So I think
And-
that's
and
kind
this-
of like she kind of weighs things very black and white.
Yeah, and she's not interacting with somebody here that she doesn't know. Like
Mhm.
there's a comfort level, there's a certain permission level that
Mhm.
exists between these two because of just straight up history.
Mhm.
That I think that she would just be like, all right, like she would assume, even if it was incorrect, which I don't
Mhm.
think that it would be perceived as such, but she would assume he would want me to do this thing, and so she just does it.
Yeah. I guess it's a matter of if I try to touch the necklace, is he going to try to back away from me? That would really be it, right?
Do you have to touch the necklace
ahead.
of the person that's cursed, or
At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded.
Yeah, the range
Yeah.
range is touch. So
gotta touch?
I do have to
the
touch it.
amulet?
Ooh, removed or discarded. That could be clutch.
Mhm.
At a girl.
Okay.
I said it could
I'm
be.
not part of this discussion.
There's
I'm
an
not part of this
asterisk there.
discussion.
There's an asterisk there.
Yeah, I guess that's where my like hesitation is lying, because if he's not going to let me touch it, I can't do it, or I'll have to do it by force, and I don't really want to do that either.
I will help you if you have to do it by force.
Yeah, I was gonna say Farazan might be
This-
a willing participant.
That's true, and Bearzon probably won't put a knife in the base of his skull.
He kind of
No,
looks over his
but-
shoulder at his new sword.
And
His new sword.
He's also probably physically stronger than
Yeah.
Tarathiel is.
Mhm.
It's hard to do with 3 fingers.
It's not that Tarathiel is stronger. It's just that he's like slippery.
He's fast, yeah.
he
he's,
can
squirrely.
bamf away with that his little dagger
Yeah.
Agree,
trick.
boy.
So it doesn't
Mhm.
really matter if he can catch him or not. He just has, yeah. But Farazan can help and give Alma advantage on whatever she tries to do, like attack roll wise. But
well, not
Farazan,
attack.
huh?
Not attack.
So
Well,
if you
touch
were,
roll.
What I mean, what is it
if
technically?
you were to like cast, it'd be like a touch attack with a spell. I would just say you would need to roll an attack if he's resisting to hit the necklace. So you would have to roll like a spell attack with your bonuses, just like a normal a cantrip spell would be like. Except if you hit, the remove curse would go off instead of doing damage. That's if he resists, and it comes to that. But that would be the game mechanic behind it. You would have to actually lay on hands while he's talking about them.
While he's dodge, duck, dive,
Yeah.
dip and dodges.
Okay.
Dipped out.
But Farazan, like when when we're in this, he'll say that amulet takes over at a certain point and it cannot be allowed to continue to do so. It is an evil, malevolent spirit, whatever it is that is inhabiting it.
I like it.
So-
This is
I'll help you in any way I can.
firsthand knowledge, right?
Okay, I'm gonna. Whenever we're all back together, that's what I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna fake it. I'm just gonna try to grab it and do it.
So you guys,
Tarathiel walks in with his taco platter.
I brought you guys tacos. Ah!
Get him!
Go get a taco.
Who ordered the tongue?
Yeah, so you guys kind of split up for breakfast or whatever. We'll call it morning time. Go get something to eat. Have this discussion. Plan to go back to where? I mean, I'm. Or did
I
you?
guess-
I
Good
mean, you
question.
may not have left for breakfast. I may be making an assumption.
We still haven't. One of our next best options as far as exploring how to un-Blue Duke whoever is Blue Duked is Genya that we haven't explored. So I'd feel like that's an obvious place for us to move towards
Okay.
is
Mhm.
towards
tell
Genya.
tell Tarathiel to meet us there when he with the tacos.
Okay.
Breakfast talk.
You guys are gonna go talk to Genya.
Cowart is going to meet us at Genya's with
With the
tacos. Yeah.
All
It's Cowart has become an Uber servant.
So is this with or without Tarathiel?
With, right? We tell him to meet us there. That's
You're
kind of
gonna go.
right.
I mean, the discussion with Genya though is this, or will
Yeah.
you just going there for some like backup?
I'd say we probably
Mm.
go there before Tarathiel comes back, or we get there before Tarathiel gets there, so we can let her know, this is why we're here, that we need to remove this item. Alma has a plan to do remove curse. A, do you see anything wrong with it? And B, will you help us if something goes wrong? Something goes awry.
Okay, so she said, "Hey, no, it sounds like what needs to be done, and certainly, of course, I'll help. Whatever you may need."
Can you not do this? Can you undo this thing? Like we walk her through what we've tried, and we walk her through our experience of the previous wielder or wearer of this amulet was Farazan. Tarathiel knocked him out in a valiant attempt to remove or extricate this what we believe to be some sort of cursed item from his person. But somehow, mechanically, we, on the meta side of things, we know how it ended up on Tarathiel. But somehow in the process of taking it off of Farazan, it ended up on Tarathiel with the same symptoms, where he's convinced he's the Blue Duke. He's convinced he's always been the Blue Duke. But the extra bit of information that we have is there may be some sort of trigger that turns him into some sort of berserk mode where he no longer recognizes friend and foe. Like there's no longer a distinction between those two. And that's the thing that's causing us the most worry. Like if it weren't, honestly, like if we're talking about this in game, if it weren't for the fact that Farazan went berserk, where he again, from our perception, wasn't able to differentiate between friend and foe in the whatever session or two ago, we would be less concerned about it than we are now. But we've seen this change, a very relevant, a very pertinent, a very emergent change take place in the person who is convinced at the moment that they're the Blue Duke. And we might even be able to draw some lines between Farazan's experience as a Blue Duke and what we believed at the time was with a capital T, the Blue Duke at the time. When we had that giant warfare exchange in Red Gorge. Is that what the
Mhm.
Yeah. So we may be able to connect some dots where it's like, okay, so Farazan recognized this person from his tribe, but was acting in a way that was unbecoming, I guess, of that tribe, or was aberrant. And now we're like, okay, maybe this amulet and the Blue Duke history and their the adamancy, I guess, of the person who's wearing this amulet that they are the Blue Duke. All the stuff is connected, and so we're like, okay, here's all the facts that we know. This person is convinced that they are the Blue Duke. They're going to be averse to any facts, any counterfactuals.
But it sounds like they're being possessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we kind of
protection from evil will protect you from being possessed.
well
You
try
can
that.
cast Alma,
I mean,
if you,
I don't
can only
think we've tried that.
we can only protect ourselves or one other person because it takes a lot of concentration to keep the spell going. But protection from evil will keep anybody from being possessed. It won't stop the curse, but if you put the thing on and it curses you, and you have protection from evil and good, you are cursed, but you aren't being possessed as long as that evil protection stays up. So
It's certainly worth a shot. Anything is worth a shot. We're basically, we kind of feel like maybe that we're shooting in the dark at this point. It's just like
cursed items. You remove the curse, the cursed item doesn't want you to let it go, right? The curse it stays with you. You remove that curse, and it allows you to release the item.
All right, I didn't know what Jenny would want, so I just got one of everything. Tarathiel walks in with a box of tacos.
La lingua, and she grabs a taco.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's Berea today. Cowards being generous.
All right.
What's going on?
They came asking me for some advice on an upcoming problem, and I was just trying to help out until you got back. How have you been? I was able to catch up with them, but not with you.
Fine. I'm just, concerned about what's going on in the city and still looking for my daughter.
Any new information on your daughter?
I'm sorry. It's one of my dogs chewing on a toy.
I thought it was a kid crying in the background.
I keep hearing these strange noises.
Why is everybody laughing at a crying child? I don't understand.
For those of you that are watching on the stream, it's one of my dogs chewing on a toy.
It sounded like a rubber chicken.
Yeah, it's about what it is.
Squeak toy.
I genuinely, I thought I took up all the toys that could possibly make noise on the stream. I missed one, so she's.
So,
sorry to
kind of
spoil the moment, but
no, it's fine. Tarathiel glances aside quickly at Alma and no, I know that the cage rights have her, or at least the last laugh have her, and I think they're related.
I think you're right. That's interesting. The cage right activity has dropped dramatically in the last month, couple of weeks to a month. I don't know what that's about. I don't really have much of interaction with them in the first place, but I've just been hearing, that they're anyway. I'm sorry that you don't have any more information about your daughter. What do you plan on doing about what's going on in town? You said you're concerned about it.
I think we're going into the Church of Weejas. Something is not right with that place.
Well, that's for certain. They have been right for years.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it's just Weejas. They're a bunch of weirdos. I mean, they like death and riches. It's in magic. It's just really strange. I mean, have you ever met a priest of Weejas? They're strangely aloof but elite at the same time. I just don't like them.
No, we met a couple of guards. They seemed okay, but they wouldn't let us in.
Really? No.
Yeah.
They like money. That's surprising.
Oh, you think we could pay them off?
Maybe. It depends on who it is and what their orders are. To be,
We have money.
it's worth a shot.
They have money.
Emerald, they follow what Emerald says fairly strictly. But my understanding, she's not in Cauldron right now, so it's worth a shot. Sure. I didn't think about that.
All right. Are we all ready to go?
I think it's about time.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna.
Double
It's like-
Yeah, I'm just like while they're like kind of at the end of their chat, I'm just gonna be like, and just try to
Betcho's
grab
very much in the pump the brakes state
Yeah,
right now.
I was like waiting, but
Nice
yeah,
try,
I think
Mike Prime.
I'm just gonna try to
You're
grab it.
role playing very well.
Okay,
I'll
so
just go for it. Yeah.
here I
I got my prop. That's why.
Alma, give me a sleight of hand
Precious.
check just to start out, and Tarathiel, give me a perception to give me an opposed roll. The two of you, sleight of hand, Alma's versus Tarathiel's perception.
Damn.
Let the dice tell the story.
Man, should have
Love it.
blessed. Okay.
Oh wait, I gotta go over to the map. Hold on. We're rolling dice now.
Yep. All right. So, what's going to happen is I'm not going to give Tarathiel a disadvantage on this initiative roll between the two of you. So now just roll straight up initiative to see who acts first.
Damn it.
Man. Oh, wait. Okay. So Tarathiel.
I don't like when dice tell the story.
So Tarathiel.
That's the very
it hasn't
nature of
yet.
this
It
game.
never works. It doesn't work out for me ever.
So the dice could push the story, but you guys take the story. So Tarathiel, essentially what's happened is you're a pretty perceptive, insightful guy, right? You walk in there and you just got immediately like, what's up? Hey, what's up with you guys? Like, just a little
I
bit.
got
Nothing
vibes.
strange.
Mhm.
But these are also people that you've known for years. They've never given you a
Most
reason
of
to distrust them. Yeah, most of them. You trust these people with your life. They have literally brought you back to life from time to time. So it was just maybe like, I don't know what's going on. However, you see or you hear Alma begin she starts chanting, casting a spell, and it looks like she's reaching out to touch your back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's your perception.
can I take an action then at this point?
It's your turn. It's your initiative.
Yeah, so Tarathiel will step away, take the dodge action, and summon a psychic blade into his hand and just hold it.
You two guys, go ahead and roll me initiative too. It's PvP. Okay. And
Canonically last.
maybe.
Am I
Adkins.
rolling initiative as well?
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
I was dealing with squeaks. I dealt with the squeaks.
15. All right. And all right. Spetro,
Yeah.
you're up. And you see what's happened.
So I see Alma reaching for Tarathiel's neck.
She was casting a spell and reached out to touch his neck or
And
back.
I get
or,
to
you know.
act. I get to act first.
Yeah, so it triggered an initiative, right? And everybody's just like reaction time. Tarathiel obviously is just, a cat on fire, ready to jump at any moment. So he bounced. Like she came in and he's just like, whoa, wait, hey, hang on, and dagger in hand.
You think you guys are paranoid? Tarathiel invented paranoia.
You were introduced.
And
I
let me
was
tell you-
born to paranoia.
I
That's right.
will.
And let me tell you, the amulet is not helping with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
True.
I'm sure.
And you're hearing that whisper in your mind. Now the
Mhm.
voices, they're coming after you. They're after you. They're going to get
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, I think what I would like to do, actually, and I'm not even entirely sure that this is going to be super effective, but it seems like, I don't know, maybe. But I can root him in place possibly with ensnaring strike, and all I have to I don't even have to deal like crazy damage to him. So ensnaring strike is the next time you hit a creature. It says with a weapon attack, but I think my hands count as weapons.
I am totally saying your hands count because you have martial arts.
Yeah. So if I manage to hit them with a weapon attack, a writhing mass. I'm reading the spell directly. Writhing mass of thorny vines appears at point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw, which I don't think is something that Spectro has seen Tarathiel be excessively good at.
But you have to hit him, right? You have to
I
actually.
do. I have to hit him.
Okay.
But with like key and unarmed strikes, I got a lot of chances to do this.
Yeah, but they're all at disadvantage because he said I dodge.
Well,
So he took the dodge action.
all I can do is my best.
Try. Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
But you've got 17 chances to do it.
I do. I got a bunch. More than anybody else in our party, I think.
That was
I have
karate, guys.
opportunities to hit them.
I could tell.
So, the way that ensnaring strike works, it's concentration and it's my bonus.
Okay.
So that curtails it. It truncates my options of actually hitting him.
You get half
Because
the
I can't
attacks.
use I can't use my key.
Well,
To
you can use your
do
key. Oh, flare blows. Right.
right, because that's after you take. You can spend 2, or you can spend a key to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. But it's the best I've got. If I'm trying to hold him still, this is Spectro's best shot.
Okay.
So he's going to make 2 unarmed strikes against Tarathiel.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. So which shift do I have to hold down to do that? The left shift, right shift?
One of them.
Try both.
It's either shift or control. Shift is advantage. Control is disadvantage.
Controls disadvantage. Okay, yeah.
Left,
Here we go.
the left controller, you'll get double disadvantage.
All right, I got it. I think. Me here and control and roll. Oh, it didn't do the thing. I'm just gonna roll twice.
Yeah, there you go.
Did it do it?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Light, son.
Holy crap!
I get that's a nat 20, and but then also 24. That seems pretty good.
That's a
It is.
15 and a nat 20 on the die. So 24.
Nice.
24 is the minimum. Yeah, that's at disadvantage.
That is a hit. I'm gonna venture out on a guess that would probably hit Farazan with a shield.
All right.
Eh.
So I have to roll damage first, but then it also does the fiddly bits, right?
Okay.
So 10 bludgeoning.
Ow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm hitting you as lightly
Well,
as I
luckily you're in the
possibly can.
church
We're
of St.
helping. We're
Cuthbert.
helping.
Yeah.
So for your own good.
This is
We're
for
here to
you.
help. So a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw. The DC is whatever my spell save DC is, which is 14.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Strength
And did you
flavored
say
saving throw.
disadvantage before?
I didn't say that, but if
No, you shouldn't be.
if Matt
should be
says
just
that,
regular.
I'm cool with it.
I can say it.
Yeah, I can say
I
it
mean,
too. You're
It can
Totally
be said,
with
but there's no
disadvantage.
reason for this to be a
Definitely.
disadvantage.
Matt, would this be considered a harmful spell or effect?
Yes, it is.
I will spend my reaction to gain advantage on this.
You suck.
But he doesn't have any more reactions.
That's
It's
true.
True.
And I have
Bimbly
more
bimbly.
attacks.
Ooh,
God, he just
14.
minus
he just
one.
Wow.
Oh, 14.
Wait,
Okay.
got it.
-1 though. Oh, okay. So, but it's 14.
No, I mean,
That's-
just
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a
so-
15. -1 is 14.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do the same thing again.
you won't be able to do the restraint again because you only have one bonus action. So you just basically be beating the crap out of him for nothing.
You're bumming me out, bro.
Sorry.
So
It's not funny.
Tarathiel
Um,
dodges as the what did you say was spiny protrusions or something?
Yeah, it's like thorns that shoot up out of the ground.
I literally see Tarathiel like backflipping and landing on the wall.
Yep.
You know, because he's got the boots. He gets out of the way of that. He's running out of room. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. I don't think there's anything that I can
Thematically.
do that's like.
I mean, you didn't move.
Super
You could-
useful here. Which is a bummer. Oh, or I could do this. This isn't so. Matt, you'll have to weigh in on this. Stunning
Okay.
strike says when you hit with a melee weapon attack, it says I can spend one key to make the target stunned until the end of your next turn if it fails a con saving throw. No bonus action.
Yep,
Term-
it's
terminology?
stunning strike is just the only requirement is a successful hit.
So I hit. I didn't do the restraining thing, but I could still stun him.
Yeah.
So do a con saving throw as well.
Yeah, well, you have to hit first. You have to.
I did. I just
Oh,
did.
no, oh.
Do I have
see
to
what you're saying.
declare
I'm
it
sorry.
beforehand?
I'm
That's
sorry.
what I'm
No,
asking.
no, actually, you don't. You have to. You use it when you attack and it successfully hit. So you can absolutely. It doesn't require an action.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. There's no
Drop a-
action
yeah.
economy
Yeah,
terminology in it.
yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, So whatever the saving throw is.
14.
Is it a con saving throw?
Con saving.
I got bad news for you. The token that Tarathiel took from the Blue Duke glows, and I get advantage on this as well.
There's-
You suck! But you suck!
Oh no!
Did
No,
not
you
work.
stunned.
I mean, I'm cheering for you because you're
Mhm.
Tarathiel, but I'm
I'm
also
so
cheering for them
torn.
so they can yeah, exactly. I'm like, good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's
So-
stunned until the end of my next turn.
Correct. So yeah, you're literally standing on the wall
Yeah,
and
spin
you
the
don't
key.
drop anything because it's psychic. So you're stunned. Yeah, you're stunned. Anything else?
That's all Spectro could do. I mean, I guess I could punch him more, but if I see him successful in trying to restrain or stun him, I feel like this is a
Not
friend.
necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's going to forego the rest of his action economy, to just hope that some of the other folks that have greater capacities can do something after Spectro's done the best that he knew he could do.
Take the amulet. Take it.
Well,
it's
I,
actually
I spend an action, so I don't think I can do that.
yeah. So after you, it's Jinya, and she casts a spell. And go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw because she's casting whole person, just in case something happens. Yeah, on you. Just she's like doubling up to like, all right, hold him still, like a wet squid.
Alright, I can't do any shenanigans. I'll just straight up wisdom.
You got a lot of
saving throw.
shenanigans. Okay, you're
It's a
also
13.
paralyzed. Okay,
I have
Uh,
two subclasses, so
Farazan, it's your turn.
I'm good. And a weird amulet.
Mm. Oh, he goes because I already went.
No, he beat your. I thought you had a 10.
He got a 10 and I got an 11.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
get you backwards.
Farazan's
Alma.
last.
Alma, it's your turn.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna
Literally do what you were doing.
grab it with advantage, hopefully.
Well, he is a helpless person, so I'm going to say you can just touch him now. Like, he can't move. He's
Okay.
not only
Successful.
stunned, but he's also paralyzed. So he literally is just lying there limp, looking at you.
Okay, then I
Oh,
will
yeah.
touch the amulet
Yeah.
and cast remove curse.
Okay.
From
You
the
cast
amulet.
remove curse, and nothing obviously happens that you can see.
Can I take it off of him too?
You maybe
No,
can order
no.
Tarathiel to or Farazan to take it from him, because
You
that's
can
what
Okay.
order
the
him-
action.
you
is.
can definitely order him to do that if you'd like.
Can I So I definitely want to remove the curse, but I don't want to let go of it until I know it's going to be coming off of his neck. So can I just hang on to it, and
Sure.
I'll tell Farazan like grab it,
Grab
and
this
then
thing.
I'm not gonna pull it away from Farazan if Farazan takes it off, but I'm not gonna let go of it.
Okay.
Until I know that it's off of Tarathiel's neck.
All right. So
That fair?
Farazan, it's your turn. It's taken an entire party to get him stopped in his tracks. Alma's holding it, and she's yelling like, "Grab this thing!"
Do I know? Does Farazan know if it can be forcibly removed?
I told you how the spell works, didn't I?
So
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's I
to answer your question,
Lots
yes.
going
the only
on.
thing
Okay.
it's not magically held on. It is Tarathielly held on.
Okay. I didn't
Right.
know if Alma would, I guess, have explained that.
And it was Farazanly held. Like you were just defending it. Like no.
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Farazan's going to reach down and put his hand, like, thematically, put his hand over Alma's and help her pull this, just break the necklace off of it, break the amulet off his neck.
It doesn't break. You're gonna have to pull off over his head, which is no problem. You like
Okay.
pull and it doesn't, but so you just
Oh.
pull it over his head.
Okay. All right. But yeah, he's going to,
Don't break your necklace.
yeah.
Careful now.
Okay.
Quit putting
Yeah.
it
So
back
you
on, Mike.
pull the amulet off, and you're
Yes.
holding it in your hand. And one of the first things you notice is, like, this is a giant sapphire, and in the past it's had it's not been a glowing sapphire, but it's just pulled the light and been very, very shiny and sparkly in the past. It's very dull right now. It's the next turn. Tarathiel, it's your turn. You're paralyzed and stunned and loved on
Held.
top of all these things. You have the
Yes.
loved condition. Spectro,
Your heart grows
Your
3
turn.
sizes.
I'm going to say we're going to drop out of combat, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Tarathiel, as soon as that necklace comes off your neck, you feel like this fog is cleared. You don't feel you weren't under control. It's just all of a sudden what you thought and what you believed and what you wanted are back in the same line as what you wanted before you put the necklace on, if that makes sense. Like you felt like you put it on and all of a sudden you were kind of maybe taking a back seat and somebody else was directing or pushing, and now the voice is gone. The paranoia is maybe a half a step down.
Literally.
Not completely gone by any
Quarter.
means, but just a
It's returned
smidge.
to pre Duke levels.
Yes, it is Tarathiel level paranoia. And Jenya, seeing that the necklace is off, she releases the spell, so you are free. Like you're still standing up on the wall sideways or whatever you wanted to do, but the stun's gone, the hold is gone, and everybody's just like holding their collective breath, looking at you, and also probably looking at the amulet.
So if it's my turn,
We're out of combat.
you said we dropped out, but
Yeah.
after seeing that necklace come off of him, I'll just look at Tarathiel and say, "Who are you? Are you the Blue Duke?"
Not anymore.
Good enough for me.
What do we do with it?
I'm say give it to Jinya.
Wait, I mean,
Clearly none of us
With a
can
Dark
handle
Lord,
it.
you would have a queen.
okay, exactly powerful and beautiful. I can cast protection from evil. I can protect myself from the possession, but it looks like it's dull. I mean, she casts detect magic. The magic's there, but it's subdued, I suppose, is a good idea, a good word for it. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I don't think this is going to cause a problem right now.
Can Farazan smash it with
With my axe.
his stick?
She hands it. You can try. I don't. It's magical. It might take a little bit more than just a.
He's got
A
a magic
casual-
stick.
You could
Yeah.
take it to the academy too, and just let them try to deal with it.
I think it
Might
needs
be
to
something interesting.
somewhere. It needs to be somewhere.
Sorry.
It's like you're growling.
Ew. You guys ever have throat burps?
Oh,
It
yeah,
just come
sure.
out. I can't stop them.
Nope.
Sorry.
Keeping it in. As the not editor of this podcast will keep it in.
Oh, edit it out.
Yeah, so it needs to be taken somewhere to where somebody can keep an eye on it, but also stay away from it, because it sounds like it just kind of grabbed you guys when you
Maybe
were
it
close
is
to
good.
It has like a thrall to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
If only we had access to a volcano.
I was gonna say, can we throw it in a lake?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this one's full of water.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You'll
want
end
to
up with,
just throw it out
Blue
there in the
Duke
water.
Morkov.
'cause-
People drink from that, don't they?
yeah, have a Blue Duke Morkov come up.
With
that'd
this
be-
evil,
Yeah.
evil
Very, very bad.
cocktail.
I don't suggest just throwing it out where somebody could get a hold of it either.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Seems
not.
like a very dangerous.
It's destroy it or contain it. Those are our two options.
Okay,
Let us
I'll
take it. Let us take it to the smithy and destroy it in the forge.
I don't think that's gonna work.
At the very least, the act of having it around one's neck seems to be the trigger of the magic. We could at least destroy the chain. Is it?
Well, one
is
of the
it-
things that you remember was that pull, that desire to put it on, was way before it was around your neck.
Right.
Like you just saw it, and you're just like, "Oh, I've got to have that thing." And that's where that charisma saving throw came in. So it seems like it's been subdued for the moment, but you don't know how long. And honestly, it's not just a normal magic item. Sure, might be easier to break, but this thing seems a bit more powerful than a standard magic item. It might take some.
Do we? What about
Do-
putting it in either the quiver or
It's a good idea.
a bag, extra dimensional
Poke.
space?
A poke of holding. It might work. I don't know what would happen if you open the bag.
I don't think we should keep it with us.
Yeah, Jamie, you have some extra dimensional spaces, right? It's not just the quiver, it's not Jamie.
Thank you for noticing.
Figures on.
Thanks, they're new.
Having met Jamie in person now, I can confirm no extra dimensional spaces.
He's
was
learned
working
so
out.
much.
He's working out.
They have pockets.
Yeah, but Fairzon has some
They were on sale.
magic items that are extra dimensional or have extra dimensional capacities, right?
He's got the efficient quiver, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it has. Oh, it has one extra dimensional space that is three compartments connect to. So yeah, he could drop it in the arrow pocket.
Is
Howard
that what
says
you
we
call
should
it?
drop it in the blender in the meta basement.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
won't
think
want,
we should keep it
you
on
want one
us.
of
That's
those
just my
one of those
opinion.
angry things.
But we
The Langoliers.
Yeah.
have Salsa Verde that comes out of that same blender.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Might be evil.
Well, let's test it. At the very least, let's test it. Fairzon will say, he'll hold the quiver out and says, "Put it into my pocket."
Yeah, but it's subdued right now. Like it's not gonna affect anything right now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forget.
What
So
was
when,
Jinya starting to say earlier, Matt? You started to speak as Jinya, and we kind of trampled on it.
Well, she was going to suggest she could take it. I mean, she's cast remove curse, and she's cast protection from evil on herself. So she knew. I knew I wasn't in any danger because of my spell protection. But I think while it's dark and I'm protected, I would like to take it to the academy, and maybe they can put it somewhere and keep it secure and keep somebody on there daily to cast this remove curse.
Yeah, I'm for
I
it.
think-
I mean,
I think that's the
that's why we
best
came
idea.
to Jinya. Is we
Yeah,
thought
exactly.
that she was our best bet.
Okay.
So, how does Tarathiel feel about this? Because, like you were kind of saying off air, everything about this amulet for you was good. There was no downside, except for the swaying of your
Yeah,
thoughts. And
That's the thing. I think he, now that it's gone, he feels the influence of that and how heavy that was laying upon him, and so he's grateful. And I do just want to, if we're leaving, I think Tarathia will kind of pull Alma aside and just say, "Thank you."
Oh, you're welcome. And I only said what I said because I thought it might take you out of it.
I know. I know you've got my back.
And your necklace.
I'll give him a little squeeze. I'll give him a little hug.
Okay, that's enough.
Dodge.
No
Dagger.
touch.
She's like,
Ginger
love
asshole
me.
person.
No,
Love me, please.
no, he'll return the hug.
Okay.
He doesn't normally hug, but he'll hug.
Aw, okay.
Give him a good game.
Yeah. For sure.
So, is that what you'd like for me to do, or I would actually prefer
Yes.
if you go with me? At least
Yes.
escort
Yes,
me
yes, yes.
these
We'll
trying
we'll
times.
we'll escort you. Whatever you think, whatever kind of security measures that you think you'll need to get this where it will be as ineffectual as possible. We'll
I'll
do it.
be honest. I'm a bit selfish in my suggestion. I don't want it in the church. There's no guarantee they'll take it, but I really don't want this in the church if it's as powerful as you've been telling me. But let's try. Let's go see Khaldun. I mean, you guys know him. If anything else, he
I
might
mean,
be able to help him.
Khaldun's licking his chops.
does anyone, do we have any tacos left in the box we can take to Khaldun?
Always.
He can have
We
mine.
can, we can
Ghost Ginger
Uber
Hansers
Eats
back over.
for we can Uber Eats for Cowart.
For sure.
Maybe Khaldun has like a lead box he can melt shut or something.
Yeah. I mean, and the place is just full of capable wizards. They can cast the same spell as I do. The remove curse. I think so. Well, Matt's saying that. He's not even sure. It might be that they
Yeah,
stay at the
it's-
church because
It's a wizard. It's a wizard
Is it
spell.
a wizard spell?
Third
Okay.
third level wizard.
All right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, they have several people that can do it, whereas there may be one other person in this church that can cast that kind of magic. So okay, she takes it and she grabs a cloth and wraps it up and puts it in a pouch. Shall we? She grabs her mace, just in case.
Just in case. The mace of St.
Hell
Cuthbert.
yeah.
Yeah, the mace of St. Cuthbert. You know, for close encounter. I keep this for close encounters.
I think Spetro is extremely relieved.
Yeah, for sure.
So whatever else we were gonna do next, go to the temple and
Double fitted in the head.
break in or bribe our way in or whatever. Like Spetro's way more ready to do that now than he was an hour ago.
Yeah, it was definitely a group unclenching.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
There's a collective unclenching of
Yeah.
arse.
For sure.
no, an unclenching of extra dimensional pockets.
So peek behind the curtain. I jumped on Facebook Messenger and hit the family chat and said, "Quick! I need a chunky pendant."
Hurry.
It's a good cover
Bob
band.
showed
though.
up with Bob showed up with a handful of them, and then my daughter just showed up with another one.
Aw.
So,
Wow, that's quick response, team.
Yeah, it's lucky.
I have a
QRT.
Hmm.
so. If you like what I do, just know I'm supported by a team of people.
You're just the face.
You're not an island after
that's it.
all.
No, I can't do this just on my own.
This takes an effort,
Oh,
people.
You
The only thing
this
is within his
glorious
powers
thing
looking
happened
that
by
good.
itself in a bag? So Jinya, she grabs her mace, grabs her shield, stows it, and she yells at one of the acolytes, "I'll be back." Yes, Ice Priestess. And y'all head to the crater.
Yep.
Jonathan's there. It's early morning, right? You guys just finished breakfast, so it's still dark because the sun's not even crested the crater yet. And Jonathan's there, and he's looking back. You have I've been told you have free leave to go, to come and go to the academy as you wish. There are a few areas that are off limits, but you'll know that by the fact that there are glyphs. So if you see a glyph, don't open the door. Fair warning.
Any door that explodes, we shouldn't go through it.
Yeah. I've been rereading the King Killer Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Are any of you guys familiar with it?
I think I've picked it up a couple times, but I haven't finished the first one.
It's so the first one is The Name of the Wind, and it's about it's fantasy, and there's a building there called the Archives, which reminds me every time you talk about the Blue Crater Academy, it reminds me of their description of the Archives, where there are prohibitions, there are basically like red tape you got to break through, and even then it's like mystical behind even when you have access, and it's just a cool connection. Every time you talk about the Blue Crater Academy, I think about the Archives at the King Killer Chronicles at the university. It's really neat connection.
I'll check it out. I'm reading Dune right now. Oh, I just watched the second half, and it's good. It's really, really good. So yeah, you guys know where Khaldun's office is, and you head up there, and he's there, and he looks at you guys and notices that the necklace is off, and Jenya's like, "I have it here."
Roll charisma save.
I cast remove curse. I'm sorry, Alma cast remove curse, and it seems to have quietened it down. I think that you guys, and they have a conversation. Basically, I think you guys will have a better, not a better chance. You have more people,
Resources?
more resources, tools,
Mimics.
and desire. I imagine that your abjuration classes would love to have this item to practice, protecting and removing curses and disenchanting, things like that. And Khaldun, you can just kind of visibly see a little bit of drools. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll get it right to him. And he puts it in his pocket.
Be careful with that, buddy.
I will. So, Drathiel, how are you today?
Better than I was last night.
I'm actually very glad to hear that. How's the hand? Because he had that he made that silver thing for you. I don't know if you use that or not.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working well.
Still holding up? Good.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Adios, then.
I'm Spetro, by the way.
Yeah, we met yesterday when you came in. It's nice to see you again.
All right,
No,
do
I will take this to the professor of abjuration, and I'm sure he'll have a really good idea what to do with this. I just hope Boxy doesn't get a hold of it. Maybe he could eat it.
All right.
Ooh, I mean that could be a solution, right? If
Be
it's
No.
what if
No.
Copper obsessed Blue Duke is a bad plan.
what if we gild it in copper, and then just
When you
feed
say
it
the word
copper?
copper, you hear a beep from behind the desk.
we just
How many-
gild it, and then
How
feed
many
it to...
vetoes do I get per session? I'd like to use my once per session veto that I just made up.
I'll give you all disadvantage for the rest of the day. Yeah, I will be happy to take care of this.
Don't let it wake up.
Actually, you know what? Duh. Heath Khaldun is an abjurer. He's the actual professor of abjuration. He's the professor against dark arts.
He's
Snape.
I'm just gonna take this to myself.
yeah. I'm gonna take this to the abjuration professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second.
Puts it in a
That's
little
me.
library cart, pushes it to the other side of his desk.
Sets it down. Yeah.
Does the thing where he ducks down the desk and stands back up again. I'm the abjuration professor.
We'll cast some identification. We'll identify legend lore. Make sure we know how to keep it under control, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe figure out how to take care of it permanently, but I imagine it's going to take more than just a magical axe to shatter this thing. But we'll take care of it. I will research it and I'll have some students cast some spell on it.
Just be very
Students?
careful. It is.
Yeah, I don't know about students.
I'll be there. I mean, like casting dispel magic and remove
okay.
curse, things
Yeah.
like that. They'll basically put
like,
this on.
I was like,
No.
oh,
No. Sorry, I don't mean that at all. We're not going to use this.
it's a little misleading.
No. We'll make sure
Okay.
this doesn't harm anybody else again.
Oh, you know what? I
Caldoon
wonder.
opens the- I was just
Is-
envisaging Caldoon opening the door to a room full of students and tossing them in, going, "Final exam time, kids."
Good luck.
Whoever comes out
So long,
passes.
so long as all of their activities are logged and also the consequences of those activities.
Yeah. There's no wrong answer. I
In
just
the
need
name of
information.
science, you sacrifice as many students as you want. It'll be fine.
So Farazan says, before we go, I would assume that you have the ability to lock this arcane lock, as it were, the spell, since it's an abjuration spell.
I actually know that one personally.
Yes. Could you go ahead and lock the clasp on this thing?
It's not a clasp. It's
Oh, it's a slip on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we've established that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all right.
never mind.
That's right.
Forget I said anything.
Is that? And he adjusts your headband of intellect.
Yeah.
This thing on.
It's a little off kilter.
He just
Yeah.
taps it.
Just absolutely.
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go.
Hello?
Perfect.
Oh man. Okay.
He just laughs. He
So
laughs it
so
off.
tapping someone in the forehead. So that is a heavy association of a memory to me. Over 2 decades ago, Ace walked up to me. We were in the dorm, and he poked me in the forehead, and he said, "Like I'm gonna show you a trick." He poked me every time he hit a syllable. He's like, "You are going to remember this all day long." And when he said "long," he thumped me in the forehead, and it was the single strongest thump I've ever seen and or felt in my entire life. And anytime he kind of points his finger at my forehead, I just reflexively back away now. Yeah,
That's
I'll
called
remember it.
trauma.
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
Are you?
Yeah,
PTSD.
that's right. It's
Are
a
you
conditioned
okay?
response.
Yeah, post-traumatic
Bell,
thump
usual.
disorder.
Your
Yeah.
Pavlov's dog.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it only took
Really
one.
linguistic program.
Yeah.
I saw a
Very Jesuit
meme.
crap.
I saw a meme today where it was like, "Is anybody here a doctor?" "Yes, I'm a doctor." "Of what?" "Mathematician, mathematics."
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "Well, my friend's dying." And the response was -1. It's pretty good.
I will use that.
That's no,
Very
no, no, no,
relevant for
no,
Matt's
no, no.
life.
You're not allowed to.
No, don't use it.
Okay, not at the hospital.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Elsewhere,
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah, use it in your actual profession. If you use it in one of these D&D sessions, it'll be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Matt, you don't have the right kind of doctorate to use that joke.
I know. I don't
I
have a
don't
doctorate
think
in
that would land
mathematics.
very
I'm
well.
sorry to tell
You
you,
need, you
This
need
is-
mathematics.
this is whatever, but -1. And to just leave it up to interpretation. Either we have deductive reasoning skills or you're dumb.
Great.
The doctor
Oh,
said the
man.
weirdest thing.
Oh,
Just one.
I know multiple people with doctorates in mathematics. I've got to share that with them.
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link, James.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
It's a
perfect.
good one.
So what's next?
We
Um,
just
We're
That's
going to
actually
the temple
Caldoon. What's
now.
next? What do you guys do next?
I need to rest before we go to the temple. It's very important that I
Oh,
do.
that's fair.
Oh, do we need to do the communing thing? Or is that
Ray, do you have that prepared still?
I always keep it. I like to have it on me.
I think part of behind the
Priori on
curtain.
speed dial.
I like to keep that thing on me.
Yeah.
Back
So
pocket, you know?
behind the curtain, we were talking in Discord about
Mm.
possibly consulting Baori in advance of handling the situation that we just handled.
Yeah, I thought about it. And then when I was going back and just reading about like remove curse, it kind of just seemed like more straightforward than what I was
Yeah.
giving it credit for. So I kind of decided just to deal with it as it came. I thought it would be more interesting that way,
Yeah.
and it was.
And that
But
doesn't mean that we don't have anything to ask Peori.
Exactly. So I think that now that we've got this part dealt with, if you guys want me to, I can commune at any time. I just generally do it in the morning. But if I were going to do it, I can do it now and then rest and have that slot back. But it's a ritual, so I guess it doesn't matter. But if there's things that we want to ask, I have 3 questions, and I'm definitely open to anything that you guys are kind of thinking about.
So we're a good bit removed, I guess, from our initial thought of assaulting or at least making entrance into this temple. But if we had some questions that we think might, like the answers to which might serve us well in that attempt, this would be the time to do it.
Exactly. That kind of was my thought. We can ask these questions. I can rest and prepare the spells that I need to, and then we can kind of attack it when everybody's like ready for, or I am ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, Tarathiel's got to heal up to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we ask Peori if there's a secret entrance to the Temple of Ouijas?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We can ask her anything that. Yeah, we can ask.
Shut the back door.
We can ask her anything that we want.
So, our
what's the goal?
Yeah, Matt. Our you may have to correct me here. Our understanding is that the like whatever the senior pastor equivalent of the Temple of Ouijas is not on site. They're gone. The lady.
I don't know what the senior pastor equivalent is in the real world.
The high priest.
The high priestess is not
Emerald.
out of town.
Emerald Alastani is not there. Ivik Iverson is in command.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're talking about like the equivalent of like an associate pastor, but the big bad of the temple is not there.
The high priestess of this Church of Ouijas is out of town.
Okay, so that's what else do we know about this? Like before we go asking questions, what do we know about this temple? We know
I'm
that
going
it's
back to my notes.
The front door is guarded. The associate pastor is in charge. It's gotten real tall. What else? What else do we know? Like, what facts do we have in hand? And I'm asking this to the note takers among us because I'm not one of those.
my notes end with the pile of loot that we got the other day. So.
Oh yeah, shoot! I have a note about that somewhere. I've got a sweet dagger.
Yeah, you guys, you never really discussed that. Are y'all going to divvy that up, or was there anything anybody actually wanted?
I got that cool poison dagger. I've got it in my notebook right here.
Okay.
There was an item we thought would work for me. There were some boots that gave me Misty Step once per short rest, but I don't know how to add that on my D&D Beyond. I am just being honest here. I'm not going to remember unless it's on my character sheet.
Yeah,
so if somebody can help me figure out how to put that on there, that would be awesome.
offline or in the Discord, Matt, you can send us.
Yeah, that can be a later thing. But
I don't suspect that we're going to use them in the next 17 minutes, but I do remember there's some sort of poison dagger that I was like, ooh, that would work well with Spectre's kit.
Yeah, the Lichbone dagger.
Yep.
Sexy.
Dagger. And then Farazan got the Bloodthirsty Greatsword, which is on his back. Like it's not stowed away in anything. It is predominantly right on his shoulder now. The long staff is stowed. And then he also took there was a Shadow Step staff, which gives him the same Misty Step once per day that Alma gets from her boots.
Oh, I thought I deleted that.
Dude,
Yep.
Wait. Do 3 of the 4 of us right now have the opportunity to just teleport?
4 of us. Every single one of us now.
Raphael! Yeah, that's right, because he can just throw a dagger and do that stuff.
He just already had it.
Holy crap!
He's been badass.
Variable distance, I think.
Hey, I've
right?
been badass.
That was my round 2.
I agree.
I just mine requires certain light conditions. But if it is a shadow step, the staff, if it is specifically a shadow step, then it is light condition restricted as well.
I think it's just Misty Step.
Okay.
This one is.
Is that what I said? I have to look it up.
Yeah, it gives advantage to stealth, and it gives Misty Step once per day.
Okay.
So they're called Shadow Step boots, but it's Misty Step once per short rest. Actually,
Well, that's a failure on the writers of the thing. But
Uh,
yeah, Shadow Step requires dim or darkness, but Misty Step does not. So you're
Correct.
not similarly hampered.
It's
Is it
also
the same
a lot
distance?
shorter. Like Shadow Step's really long
60
distance.
feet. Yeah.
Uh,
So what's
Shadow
Misty?
Step staff. Advantage on stealth checks in dim, light, or darkness, and allows Misty Step once per long rest.
Oh, okay.
And this one does not require attunement, but the Misty Step boots do. The Shadow Step boots do require attunement because it's once per short rest, probably.
What's the range on Misty Step? Does
30
anybody
feet.
know?
30 feet.
Bonus action,
30.
30 feet.
Oh, I got double that suckers. But
Suck
Yeah.
off.
I do have the light restriction, which is prohibitive. I mean, like it's come up multiple times since Spetro's been in the campaign, where he can't do this thing that makes him
It was fun stuff.
superbly
As a
awesome.
phylactery amulet. Phylactery amulet. But that was basically kind of a necromantic Vecna thing. Veil of Shadows, which is basically that one was
Disguise self at will. Basically,
was-
how to disguise.
yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
then there's the that was the Veil of Illusion.
Veil of Illusion.
Yeah, the Veil of Shadows was advantage to stealth and bonus action to gain invisibility to the start of the next turn.
Yeah.
This is wild. And there's a Rage Forged amulet.
And it's also the invisibility is per short rest. Once per short rest. It's
Oh.
not just every.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not that. No.
I thought that's what I was like. That's amazing.
No, that would be a legendary item. It's
I mean,
one use per short rest, but still pretty nice. Yeah.
So we all have teleport. At least two of us now could have equivalents of invisibility, one without conditions and Spectra with. So like he's invisible in the dark. This other thing just lets them be invisible no matter what, right?
The potion?
The
the
Veil
amulet.
of Shadows. The Veil of
Yeah, well,
Shadows.
it casts invisibility once per short rest.
But it only
Yeah.
lasts to the beginning of the next turn.
Yeah, it's just a one round invisible. Yeah.
I got you. Still, I mean, then
It's like an old, like
Pretty
a
good.
3.5 or Pathfinder Vanish. Or Vanish is like a first level spell. It's just like a quick invisible.
yeah,
I thought it was a great spell, but alas.
yeah. That's still pretty good. I mean, even with the restrictions that are placed on invisibility in 5e, which Matt has said is like, I mean, you're invisible, so it gives you disadvantage, but everybody knows where you are. So, like, invisible? Question mark?
Yeah.
Like that's still
Unseen.
it's still pretty good. Yeah.
It's unseen. Not unheard or unsmelled or untasted.
Sense.
Or even
Yeah.
really unseen. It's like the Predator shimmer, basically, is how it works in 5e.
What is the opposite of taste? Like if you can't taste. Like numb is skin, blind is deaf, and smell.
There's definitely a word for it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jamie's
Yes.
on it, I can tell.
That'd be good. He's got a quiet keyboard. Otherwise, I'd be over here.
I just saw his brain move. It was weird.
I don't know
I
how
could
to
just see
pronounce.
it, like, I need to know when that word
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Anosmic.
Put it in the chat.
There you go.
Anosmic.
You got it? Anosmic. Ooh.
Is that smelling?
I can't taste or smell, but
Okay.
it does say it's not quite the same thing because it says cannot taste anything besides the 5 basic tastes: acid, sweet, bitter, salty, and umami.
Interesting.
What was the fifth one?
Umami.
Umami?
Like mushrooms.
Umami.
Oh.
It's kind
How
of
do
like a really savory.
How do you spell it?
I was thinking unagi.
UMAMI.
No, not you.
Yeah. Are you looking for umami or are you looking for anosmic?
Are you
Anosmic.
Because the other one
umami?
is.
Are you
Oh,
umami?
daddy.
Are you umami?
Yeah. The truth.
No.
That's complete
Doctor
loss
Who
of
fans.
taste.
Yeah.
Not here, or not for me anyway. There is a great. Every time I hear the word umami, I think about the word unagi, which is Japanese, I think, for eel. And there's this great little bit from a comedian who talks about going and buying dried eel for like ED issues, and
Oh my.
the guy who sells them is just like, oh yeah, unagi, give it the power, unagi, and like
Well,
It's hilarious.
Unagi was also Ross's special ability to be aware of danger at all times. And
Unagi?
He would
or
always
umami?
point to his
No, it was Unagi.
He would point to his
Unagi is eel in
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll share it in the in our little Discord, the little bit. I'll find it because it's just it's hilarious the way he's like, oh yeah, Unagi, the power Unagi, and he's like, it's fantastic. Every time somebody says Unagi or umami, or even the power, if they say those two words in that order, like the power Unagi. Fantastic.
I'm gonna buy a
What were you
billboard
guys
and just
doing?
write the power near where
The
Atkins lives.
power.
We're gonna let Alma contact Guide and then
With
we're going.
what though? What do you want me to ask?
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
really
know.
have any pertinent questions, but we can
I
think
thought
about stuff.
I thought you had 3 questions.
No, I was
No,
asking you guys.
That was prior to us just handling business.
How do we find the cage
Yeah.
rights?
Yeah, where are the cage rights? And the last time we asked that, they said cauldron.
We're here now.
Yeah, point to the tower. Says, are the cage rights that way? Are the cage rights in the Tower of
So-
Weejas?
How do we find the cage rights? I
Are
think
they?
that's the best way to frame the question. Not
Yeah.
where are they, because we've already gotten an answer to that question.
Yeah, if the answer is vague, then are the cage rights in the Tower of Weejas? Just narrow it down to binary yes or no. That's
And
the
something
optional segment.
interesting- I mean, something interesting that Jenya said is that the cage rights activity is reduced in the city.
Mhm.
Not cage rights. Last laugh.
Oh, the last laugh. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yep.
wrote
Yep.
cage right too.
Oh,
Activity.
I may have said that by accident. Its last laugh has been seriously a lot less activity.
Maybe ask why? Is that the kind of question that Barry would be able to answer?
Mhm.
I mean, Barry's
Yeah.
Barry's a god.
You want to know why
They can answer whatever they want.
the last laugh activities dropped?
Yes.
Okay.
I assume it's because they're doing something else.
Has the last laugh had their last laugh?
Who is laughing now?
Negative.
How did I get these guys? Just
How much wood
you
would
want
a
to know?
woodchuck chuck?
how I got these guys.
I'm asking the real question.
All right.
Does
Do we have
Unagi really work?
Tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it.
You may not want to know.
Which is objectively the best of Cowat's tacos.
No. Would you like a taco?
Yeah, honestly,
Mhm.
I probably should be asking
Which-
questions like that.
Don't ask, would you like a taco? That's obvious.
Yeah.
Ask, which taco
What
would you
kind
like?
of taco would you want?
Okay.
Go back down to the murder dungeon and Cowat's got a sign. Endorsed by Barry.
Yeah, really. It's Baori's favorite.
Goes on the menu, Barry's choice.
It has like a little bee next to it, kind of how vegan options have a bee.
Yes.
Cow Arts blessed tacos.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we have 3. Somewhere in there. Somewhere we
we-
have 3.
we do.
All right, go for it.
What is your first question?
My first question is, how do we find the cage rights?
Sorry. Oh, okay. Say that again.
How
That
do we
again.
find the cage rights?
Go to the temple.
Okay, that eliminates my second question. So that's good.
Those are the good kind of answers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll skip my second question and go to my third question, which was, why has the last lap activity dropped in the city?
Go to the.
They've served their purpose.
What was their purpose?
That's a good third question.
That was a good third
Thank
question.
you.
To gather the sacrifice.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And, I mean, that third question
Talk
was
to you
great,
tomorrow. I'm
but
just
it
kidding.
also kept us from asking, how are you?
Yeah.
Well, So
yeah,
this-
that's what I was typing in the chat.
I can generally feel when she's having a good day. That's what I'll say.
well, this time, and it's not usual. Actually, that you can remember, it's never really happened. But As the spell is fading after the third question, you hear just a whisper. Please be careful.
Oh God.
Uh-oh. Yes?
I guess we'll do this next week then.
It's a
Yeah.
good way to kind of
Yeah.
end it, I think.
Be careful. See you next week. That kind of thing. Because it's almost 11.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys.
There's nothing. I mean,
I mean, you guys do have a DC Benny stand-up comedy clip to watch in the Discord now. I found it. So go watch the Unagi.
I think everybody should watch it at full volume at the same time to end the episode.
Live.
I know we might get DMC'd for that, but
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Not if we comment on it.
oh, that's true.
We have to do
Fair
it as
use.
a reaction.
Then we can react to it, which I hate reaction videos. I absolutely do not watch those anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's the cheapest, most laziest thing I've ever seen in my life. If I see a reaction, like somebody I normally watch, I'll go and click on the video that they're reacting to and skip their reaction. It irritates the hell out of me.
It depends on the person watching it for me.
Yeah, I guess if it's like a funny take, but usually the ones I look at are more like just their opinion of it.
Yeah. I don't like when
care.
they keep pausing it and pausing it and
Yeah.
pausing. It's like, it's like 2 or
Well,
3 seconds
That's
long.
what they have to. I mean, they have
Well,
to pause
yeah.
it to make it their own video or whatever. But yeah, I don't know how that's not infringement, but
It's weird.
it's not.
Probably hard to manage.
So much of like listen, I'm the first person to be like influencers shouldn't be a thing, but I'm also the first person to like some of these people have figured out how to make way more money than I'm ever going to make in my life for very little effort, and that's commendable in some ways. And like
It's
reaction
scary
videos is
and
one of those
powerful.
ways.
I mean, some people have even made full podcasts out of reactions to 2
Mhm.
episodes at a time of things.
I don't know what you're talking about. Also, we're not
That's
getting
a
paid.
lot different, and you're also not watching it while you're talking about it. You're just talking
Mhm.
about it.
We're not. And
Yeah,
we
I mean-
made $0 off of it.
Yeah.
In fact, it's cost us a lot of money. So shut it, Jamie, and
The
keep
opposite.
listening.
I enjoy it.
Shut up and thank you for listening.
Shut up and consume my content.
Shut up and subscribe.
Yeah, hit the bell.
I'm in the middle of an episode right now. In fact,
Oh, speaking of which, if you're on YouTube watching this, like and subscribe. Hit the little bell.
Hey.
What you eat?
Yeah, what is
Ask as he puts it in his mouth.
like grits or mac and cheese?
Unagi.
Oh, you gotta be careful about that or not.
there's a callback.
No, but really, what is it?
It's chicken and rice. My son bought me chicken and rice.
I
Nice.
can't wait for you guys to watch this clip. It's so good. It's one of my favorite, like, 4 minutes of stand-up comedy of all time. It's so funny, and it comes up routinely. Anytime somebody says the power, like, "Ooh, the power, Unagi!"
Power.
Reflexive, and now you guys will be blessed with that curse.
Broken in the same way.
I can't wait.
I shared it in
Okay.
the in our like players / DM only Discord, but I also just seeded it in the Back Patio Network Discord in the Age of Heroes channel.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So you have no excuses for not being aware of the goodness that is this 3 minutes of hilarious material from like a comedian that I've not heard of outside of this particular clip. He's just freaking hilarious. DC Benny, 3 to 4 minutes, and he's completely affected my language.
All right. See you next week.
Sure.
Yep, hopefully.
All right.
Got
All
a
right.
cramp. Ugh.
Thanks for stopping by, Cowart.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, Howard.
Bye.
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 Bye.